Hi everybody, I'm Seamus.
I'm Josh.
I'm Rootskarn.
And I'm Chris.
And this is part 2 of our Dishonored DLC retrospective here. We finished the Knife of Dunwall last week. Now we're going on to the Brigmore
we're doing
Witches.
a series where we play first the first Dishonored DLC, then we lead into the next Dishonored DLC, and finally, long awaited, we take on a completely unrelated video game.
Yes.
That is truly the long-awaited part of this season.
This is the part where we go on
We
and do
move on
something else.
to not Dishonored 2.
Did you name that save Low Chaos, or is that what it called it for you?
No, that just came up. I actually had 2 saves at the end of Dishonored 2, and I recently started another new game here, which is why the continue thing was going on, and because I wanted to play through this to like refamiliarize myself with all of this stuff, because it's been a few years. I'm actually not finished with that. We might run into a situation where we get to the end of where I've gotten to, and then I'll be really confused.
I finished this recently, so I should be able to help.
The only save I could use was the most recent completion of Knife of Dunwall, so I ended up starting a new playthrough on this one with our Let's Play playthrough.
So if you played through twice, would it say, which one of these saves do you want to use? Low Chaos or Low Chaos?
No, it just did one Low Chaos thing.
Weird.
Daud.
So it probably just saves that you did complete it in Low Chaos.
Everything.
Yeah.
And then you can do that.
And probably
So
only
that's-
checks the latest save.
And now the world's gone mad.
Oh man.
Like it does preserve more than that. Like it preserves the powers you have and the equipment you have.
A mad killer roams the streets by night, seeking revenge.
Right.
The overseers have stormed my hideout in the flooded district. And I'm in a strange duel.
Wait, they stormed his hideout
with a
again?
mad witch named Delilah.
No,
No,
this
we're
is
talking about the end of the last game.
directly a follow-up
I'd say I
from
was being-
Knife of Dunwall.
Okay, this is a recap. I was confused there.
Like this starts out the next day or a couple days later or something like that.
And the
Oh
rest
man,
is
so
void.
mopey. Man, I'm getting
I
really
can't
tired
say
of
I
these
want
sad Daud video games.
She deserves a revenge,
Well,
and
from the attack,
we deserve to
I
die.
understand the danger they're in. My mother.
If you're
warned me.
making a recording, shouldn't it be punching
make an
new
enemy
holes?
No,
Yes.
no, it shouldn't.
Yes. And it should be going into the machine and not bouncing back
It is,
out.
though.
What on earth
Like,
is
did you
going
see the
on?
little chips, the little chads flying
Right,
out?
I did
I
see
assumed
stuff
we were
popping
shredding
out.
it. Is
but
that not the case?
Corvo, here to settle our debt.
It's actually a paper
You
shredder.
understand? I won't make this easy for you.
Oh, so now we're gonna see. So now we're gonna see Corvo bunny hop around the room, leave, come back, get confused, go look
kind
for
of.
potions.
I'm just looking forward to the
I
part
actually-
where he throws a bottle at our face. That's my favorite part of Dishonored.
I actually like this dream sequence because I like the fact that the floating books hint slightly at the
you
fact that it's
spoiled
not
it
real.
for everybody.
The floating book.
What
Okay,
if people
A,
hadn't
the show's called
noticed the
spoiler
floating
warning.
books yet?
But B, this hasn't happened yet in the continuity. If Daud died here, it'd be a pretty short effing sequel to the previous game.
I mean, we've established before that subsequent games in this series are totally fine with establishing a canon from a series of choices, so...
These guys remind me of the guys. This is not a compliment, but they remind me
Here's
of
another
the
thing from Dishonored 2.
Yeah.
guys from Invisible War in the blue suits.
Yes, I know. The people that sell you tech, I hate them. I know exactly who
You
you're
have to
talking
admit
about, and
that-
I hate them.
You have to admit that their character design does tell you a lot about the setting that they come from and sort of the environment they live in. For example, they live in a environment where there's a lot of dudes eating just tins upon tins of potted whale meat in confined spaces.
I want to tell
And it made some natural adaptation.
these by my futuristic stuff.
I can't do the voice. Like, there's some modulation in Invisible War that I can't do, like,
That
acoustically.
There's definitely a voice.
Thank you, Retsgarn.
All right, what did we get here? Oh, okay,
Oh,
I
did
think
it
that
just
one's
give
just
you your-
set.
Does it get? It
So-
just gives you the charms. You have to spend the points yourself.
Well, okay, no, we
Charms
like
are
the
different.
powers are still the same. The bone charms that we had from before are still here. So we got this.
Oh, right, these you equip and unequip.
This.
Okay, I'm starting to
Yeah, they're
remember
unequipped right now.
What bone charms do I want to wear today? I'm kind of having a carrion killer morning, I feel like. A kind of a blood ox heart day. You ever get that where you just want to wear your
don't have
blood
the pull
ox
tower.
bone charm?
Did
Oh
we
man,
have
we're going to
pull
cream
in the
barbecue
last
later
one, or is
on.
this
Gotta
new?
grab that healthy appetite.
I don't remember.
Man, I wish I had a charm where I could just double the amount of food I could eat. And it would
Yes,
heal me
especially
instead of giving me heart failure.
instead of making me fatter. Yeah, that would be. I would never take that charm off.
We can go and do some stuff around here first.
You know,
This is
there's people
a sort
just
of a
wandering around
very...
town with a bunch of bone charms that just do mundane shit.
Begging your pardon, Daud.
Or actually, what would
I
be
don't
worse
think
is
it's
that,
safe to
like,
leave
your
these
coworker
overseers holed
at the
up in
whale
the
meat
fire.
factory
It's a
would,
new
like,
game
be like,
now.
yeah, bro, I bought this charm.
where to
It
find
means that when I kill someone with a knife, like, all of his buddies in the area die, too. You're like, how often do you do that? He's like,
I'm not afraid
if it
to
happens,
die
bro,
for
I'll be
seven
ready.
strictures.
Them?
And you're like,
I-
well, I got one that makes you more regular.
I love that the Seven Strictures is a thing that shows up in Dishonored 2. Like, again, there's somebody at Arcane in charge of world building that is very serious about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Anytime you think I'm a little
It actually
The
really
Seven
stresses
Strictures-
me out when that's the case. When there's like one guy who's paying very close attention to the lore and the canon, but it's clear that most of the team isn't inspired or doesn't really care that much. I'm not saying that's what's happening here exactly.
I don't think that's what happened here because, like, if you play Dishonored 2, the Seven Strictures actually factor into a couple puzzles.
He's got the lower
Like,
regions
the
already.
the Overwatch, or not the Overwatch, the, what are they called? Overseers.
Overseers.
The Overseers' whole ethos is treated very seriously.
It's Billy's doing that the Overseers found us. That
I
wasn't
never
Daud.
pictured the
Daud should've
assassins
caught it.
working in an office like
Now,
this. They
which
could
is-
come to work every day
not the
in
man
their
he was.
secret suits with a
You're going to
gas
get us
mask
killed.
and stand around in cubicles having
Daud,
water cooler chat. This is not
I was
what I
about to say,
pictured
it,
their lives
it
like.
looks like a
Are we
water
moving
cooler
soon to
chat, but the main
Brigmore?
difference is that there's
Interesting
no water
times,
cooler, and they're just standing
Overseers
somewhere
of
at
the
random,
Which is
rather
abroad
than
in the
sitting
city.
down, or
Traitors in
leaning,
the ranks.
or walking and
I'd be nervous,
talking.
too. Then I'd
Dowd
remember
goes up,
killed
all
by
right,
Emperor's
gentlemen,
son
how's it
on
going?
the
And one of
tower.
them's like, oh, not bad for a Monday. And the other guy's like, you know, same old, same old.
Down.
And then you
My
eat the
kid
tin
has
of
a play
potted
today.
whale
This
meat,
is I leave
interesting.
at
and the guy's
5
like,
o'clock or 3
dude,
o'clock.
that had my name on it.
Do you remember that time where we threw choke dust at those guys that were holding Billy with the music box in the very
Yep.
first area? This is an account of that, in which we murdered all those guys instead.
Well, I mean, you can read that two ways, right? Like, either the game
Right.
doesn't give a crap about your choice, or that a guy that survived that, like, totally wrote a fictional account of how violent
This'll
encountering
all
you and
blow
Billy
away.
were, I
Anything
guess.
short of cannon fire.
Yeah.
Let's hope it won't come to that.
Man,
This must
Smash
be a
cut. I
Friday
can't believe it
afternoon.
came to that!
I've made a mess
do
of
they all wear
Alex's
gas
ways,
masks? Because there's
but it had
like
to be done.
some sort of,
If
I
come
want to
back,
say like
I'll take it all
asbestos
down.
problem
We'll
in
be
this
back.
place
They-
for
they-
You can burn
several
those
years, and they all had
overseers.
horrible throat and lung damage before they finally
They
caught
were-
on, started wearing hoods.
They wear gas
Did I
masks for
open
two
this?
reasons.
Alright, good.
One, because it's way effing cheaper to have an entire team of gas mask people than individually faced people, but also because this is still Dunwall at the height of the plague, and I imagine that's the reason they're supposed to be wearing those.
Complicated, however. She's in Coldridge.
The point I was getting around to
From what I
is,
hear, they got
why are
enough on
all
her to
these
hold her
dudes
for
so
about 1,000
gravelly
years.
voiced? When they talk to each other, it like
can
sounds
use this.
redundant.
We'll get her out.
Like
It must be
weirdly.
part of their.
Get back to
Yeah.
Flavor.
Must be part of their hiring process. Like a guy,
to leave,
okay,
sir.
so what interests you in assassinations? And he's like, oh, I've just always been attracted to the lifestyle. And they're like, I'm sorry, you know, we can't use you. Your voice is way too high. We're looking
Is
for
it
somebody
okay
with
that
a lot.
I taped mine? I put tape on mine.
I feel like there's one guy in the office who has that gravelly voice and everybody else is like making fun of him. It really sounds like everyone's doing an impression of one unnecessarily gravelly dude.
The manor's upriver.
So this is the second
Quarantine line.
reused level in these DLCs. This is the very first level of Dishonored, Coldridge Prison. Thing with this one, though, I don't remember what that level looked like at all, so it didn't bother me that much.
It is nothing like the original. It is a very different Coldridge Prison. Okay, it has the same bridge and entryway.
Yeah.
But the actual insides of the prison are very different.
That after all these years, the best choice I have.
It's like they took half of the design of the original, and it's the worst half, which is weird, and then the actual prison design is pretty open.
Hey, here's that tutorial prompt for that thing we did before.
Batman, Coldwell Asylum.
Alright, we can
So
now upgrade
is-
our bone charm capacity again, but we want to
So
get
is
some
this the
favors
first time
here.
we get stun mines, or was that in the last DLC too?
I don't think those were there.
Because this is where I think Dishonored becomes Dishonored 2, is
Oh,
with
also-
stun mines and...
And corrupted bone charms.
What does a high chaos Batman Arkham City run look like?
I guess it's
More
one where he
darts.
just,
Or at least. looks like
Incidentally, we are now disguised as an overseer in a really cool turn on this level.
oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
They wear
I-
masks,
I-
so it's sort of like.
I
yeah,
don't think I got
nature
this. I think
You
only
didn't
a low
get this
chaos
favor?
No, low chaos. Oh, is that a
interesting.
favor? I definitely
Yeah,
didn't buy it
it's
if it
something I
was an
bought.
option.
Overseer.
I
Hi, guys.
might not have been able to afford it, but
Just waving hello, you know how it is.
no, I came in through the tunnel that Corvo escapes through.
with the waterlock.
So what's
Really?
going on, guys?
Interesting.
Guarding
Yeah.
hard or hardly
Listen up.
guarding?
The incident took place in the interrogation room. Cross the yard and keep going straight. Anything else is
Right,
off
teleport
limits.
across the yard and keep
Understand?
going straight.
Don't
Sounds
go
good.
exploring.
Wait,
Don't
what?
speak to the prisoners.
I mean-
We're not here
I
to
mean,
listen
walk.
to you preach.
Not
Walk.
teleport.
Don't forget you're in Coldridge now, not the
Hey, I remember this.
I love
one.
that detail.
I
This is
remember
so slow. Oh!
No, but like,
that.
I
That
love
room
that
in there,
detail.
that room behind him. That I remember in our Dishonored season, in this room right in front of us, we had some awful shenanigans from Josh. Like
Yes.
it just things went horribly wrong in this room.
You want the interrogation?
Yeah, probably.
That's where it happened.
So, what I love about the whole, like, you know, I don't want to hear about your preaching. This kind of gets into what I want to talk about eventually with Dishonored 2,
dear.
but like, the Overseers are kind of established in this universe to be this universe's version of Thieves' Hammerites. The Overseers are these like preachy, overly religious types, and they are super about order and control. And that's why all the people are like, "Hey, look, just don't preach at them. Just go do your thing." And I really, really dig that, like, they're establishing that here, because they established that further in Dishonored 2 in ways that I don't want to spoil.
Morris lost his nerve at the sewer gates.
As far as like Hammerites versus Agents of Chaos and Elder Gods.
Right. So you haven't shanked anybody, and it's been almost 30 seconds. Oh, here's.
Did I
now
shank
we're walking
anybody
through-
last time?
Now here's where Corvo got his stealth tutorial in this room. It's like how
Yeah.
to sneak from cover to cover.
Came out.
Right, yeah.
I'm actually
We're
really
going in the
impressed with this
opposite direction. Yeah.
Makes sense to the Lord Regent.
because I did this all like hyper stealthy, violent. I did not have a disguise.
I just walked in. This doesn't look right at all.
This is. I was expecting to see like Corvo's escape, like the aftermath of that, but we're not here for that. We're here for something else.
Well, we gotta... Okay, so we need a boat. If we get to the river, we can find a boat. Or in this case, if we get a boat, we can find the river. And I guess we need a very specific boat owned by a smuggler who happens to be in prison right now. So we're gonna break her out.
And I love her, but also, like, this clearly is... Like, again, not to tip my hand too much, but this is very way more Thief 2 than Dishonored 2. Like, this is very much establishing Delilah as a forest goddess. I mean, you can see the trees and the vines and the stuff. This does not factor very much into Dishonored 2 at all. Dishonored 2 is very much Thief 2, but it's not forest god Thief 2, so...
This looks like a room they would have made in Thief 1 if they'd been able to. If the technology wasn't so horrible that everything had to be made out of cubes.
That's
like that.
That is what Delilah is.
That
is what Delilah in this DLC is sort of hinting at, that she is sort of a foresty wizard, much like the trickster god in Thief. That is different in Dishonored 2 a little bit, and I don't want to talk about Dishonored 2 too much, but...
Are they called pagans in Thief?
In Thief they are.
Yeah.
They just kept getting sick, so we moved them out.
Yep, that room is certified fucked. I'm gonna go over here now.
Take that dude out.
Oh,
Take that
free
dude out.
whale
Look out for
oil.
him.
Hey, buddy.
It's Free Whale Oil Friday.
I forgot you're wearing a disguise. I was ready to choke that dude out.
I was waiting for this disguise to wear off.
This controls all the cell doors.
So they've beefed up
Nobody
security
thinks it's
since
funny.
Corvo got out.
Nobody thinks it's funny that you walk around with your blade in shank mode.
Well, I'm crouching.
Yeah, no, this is the area where you'll get
I don't even need this.
busted if you're caught, right?
I'll open some... This is a forbidden area, yes. I'll open some cells that have some stuff in them. I think I remember the cell that we actually need to open, so... We can just open everything right now and finish this level in like 2 minutes. Let's get A1. No? Maybe it's A2. Maybe the cells are randomized.
Oh, you broke it, Josh! Better make a pass over here.
Yeah, I guess it might be.
Set it to A55, and then it'll say ass. And then wait for somebody to notice.
Wait, go back, Josh, go back.
And then we will get arrested. What?
Go back. There's a bone charm down there. If I remember right.
Yes.
I played recently.
Oh, there's also some stuff over here.
The blue, the glowy.
The bone
Yay,
charm
the
there.
glowy.
We got a rune down there. There's another bone charm further around there. Oh,
I helped.
Yay!
But I did not help him get out of this.
Can you help him jump up here?
Don't do it the way you're supposed to.
Why don't you do it that way all the time, Josh?
Easy.
Mostly because I'm lame.
You in the first rush,
Sleeping on the job.
before
You should report him.
swords out, pick up their pistols.
A25, A24,
Might be worth checking out.
Oh, right, there's a guy down there.
This is not the thing we need to be opening.
So you need to wait
You
for
know,
him to come up
I
here,
understand
check
that they
on the
can't
body,
record
and then
different
choke him out.
dialogue for everything, but that seems like a weird response to a quote-unquote intruder in a prison.
What did he say?
Don't make me find you. It's like, I mean, how many hiding places are there supposed to be? And like, how can you so instantly become certain that there's like
is
somebody skulking around for some
randomized.
reason?
Okay, the last time I played this game, she was in this cell.
No, she was not in that cell when I played. I think she was in A24, the cell you were just in.
Really interesting. So that's cool. That's some
Now, is she-
replayability there.
Is
Where's
she on
this
the
guy
second floor?
that's wandering around here?
She might be on the second floor, under the cell you
Maybe.
were just inside. That's. I remember her being in that back corner.
What? You hell! Someone's breaking out! Guard! Come quick! Someone is trying to escape!
Yeah,
don't
this
know
is
what-
I
Hey,
think
look,
where
it's
she
a
was.
toilet.
So yeah, I guess it is randomized.
Better be worth it.
This better be worth it if he pulls something out
Overall
of the
movement
toilet.
speed is
That's
increased.
nice.
Damage taken is in. This is one that's literally in Dishonored 2. Yeah, we don't.
Oh man, this one's crappy.
Movement speed is increased, but damage is taken is increased. Why would that be crappy for a stealth playthrough?
Because I've seen how you
That
play
assumes you're
stealth.
good at stealth.